winner for Aaron Gordon, 121 to 119.
Listen up, because while everyone's been obsessing over the Thunder's championship run and debating whether the Rockets can take it all with Durant, the Denver Nuggets just pulled off the most underrated roster transformation in recent NBA history. And somehow, no team really has a counter move to what Denver just pulled off this summer during free agency. But here's the thing, this isn't just another offseason makeover. This is the birth of Nuggets 2.0, a team so perfectly constructed around Nikola Jokic that it should be illegal. We're talking about a squad that just got deeper, more versatile, and more dangerous, while most other contenders outside of OKC and Houston got worse or stayed the same. Lakers have done nothing to say they are coming back stronger. The Celtics traded away most of their championship roster. Golden State hasn't even made a single offseason move. Meanwhile, the defending champion Thunder think they're ready for what's coming. They have no idea what's about to hit them if they play again in the postseason. See, most people think they know the Denver Nuggets. They see Jokic putting up video game numbers, 29.6 points, 12.8 rebounds, 10.1 assists on ridiculous efficiency, and they think, yeah, he's great, but it's still the same team that lost to OKC in 7 games. That's where they're dead wrong. Because what Denver just did this offseason wasn't just smart, it was surgical. They identified every weakness that cost them in the playoffs, every gap that opposing coaches exploited, every reason why their championship window might be closing. And then they fixed all of it while somehow getting better and cheaper. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the Nuggets 2.0 might be the most dangerous team nobody saw coming. The problem everyone missed? Let's start with the elephant in the room, Michael Porter Jr. Now, before you MPJ fans come for me in the comments, hear me out. Porter Jr. is talented. The man can shoot, he's got size, and when he's healthy, he can score 20 a night. But here's what the box score doesn't tell you. MPJ was a $35 million problem disguised as a solution. Over his last 3 playoff series, Porter Jr. averaged less than 10 points and less than 6 rebounds in 32 minutes per game, while shooting 38% from the field and 34% from 3. That's championship killing production from your 3rd highest paid player. And it wasn't just the numbers. Watch the tape. MPJ is a shooter who needs the ball in his hands to get in rhythm. He's not cutting, he's not screening, he's not moving without the ball. He's standing in the corner waiting for his turn, while Jokic, the best passing big man in NBA history, is looking for guys who understand motion and spacing. Enter the genius move. So what did Denver do? They turned MPJ's bloated contract into Cam Johnson's elite consistency, and brother, this move is pure basketball genius. I mean, wow. Can you believe the master chess move they made? Somehow, and under the value of MPJ's $35+ million contract, they were able to bring in 4 depth pieces, including Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, and a new championship-level assistant coach, JJJ Barea. Hello, Denver Nuggets 2.0. Jokic has never had a team with this much depth. This is scary for the rest of the league. Cam Johnson isn't just a replacement for MPJ. He's an upgrade in every way that matters. Both guys shoot 39% from 3 in the regular season, but in the playoffs, when the lights are brightest and the defense gets tighter, Johnson shoots 41% from deep, while MPJ drops to 34%. But it goes deeper than shooting. Johnson's turnover rate is 7.8% compared to MPJ's 9.2%. His assist rate is 13.1% versus MPJ's 6.4%. This is a guy who moves the ball, makes quick decisions, and understands that playing with Jokic means being ready to cut, screen, and move without the ball. And here's the kicker. Johnson costs $20 million next year compared to MPJ's $38 million. Over the next 3 years, we're talking about $36 million in total savings. What can you do with that kind of money? Maybe bring back a finals hero. For the Return of the King, June 8th, 2023. NBA Finals, Game 4. The Nuggets lead the series 2-1, but this is the swing game. Win, and you're 1 victory from a championship. Lose, and it's a tied series with Miami gaining momentum. Then Bruce Brown happened. 21 points on 8 of 11 shooting. 3 of 5 from 3. But here's what most people don't remember. 11 points in the final 5 minutes. The dagger 3-pointer that sealed it. And in those crucial final minutes, Mike Malone benched Michael Porter Jr. for Bruce Brown. When the championship was on the line, Denver chose the $6 million role player over the $35 million max guy. Now Brown is back on a minimum deal, and it's like Superman returning to his phone booth. This dude averaged 12 points per game in the 2023 playoffs. Last season, Denver's entire bench averaged just 14.8 points per game. You see the problem? But Brown isn't just about scoring. He's the anti-modern NBA player in the best way possible. In a league obsessed with three-pointers, Brown takes just 15% of his shots from deep. Instead, he does everything else. Sets bone-crushing screens, cuts to the rim, defends positions 1 through 5, and creates chaos that opens up everything for Jokic. The missing piece finally found. But wait, there's more. Remember how Denver's biggest weakness has always been what happens when Jokic sits? That brutal drop-off from elite offense to barely watchable basketball? Enter Jonas Valanciunas. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's slow, he can't switch, he's not built for today's NBA, but here's what you're missing. Denver doesn't need him to be Jokic. They need him to be competent enough that the offense doesn't completely fall apart. Valanciunas averaged 10.4 points and 7.7 rebounds in just 18 minutes per game last season. He can pass from the high post, he punishes switches in the paint, and he's one of the best screeners in the league. Most importantly, he understands his role. This isn't a guy who's going to demand touches or disrupt the system. He's going to come in, stabilize the offense for 12 to 15 minutes a night, and give Jokic the rest he desperately needs to be fresh for the playoffs. The depth revolution, but the real genius of what Denver did goes beyond individual moves. They solved their depth crisis in one offseason. Tim Hardaway Jr. brings instant offense and volume three-point shooting. This is a guy who shot 63% on open spot-up threes last season. When Jokic's gravity starts pulling defenses apart, Hardaway is going to get looks so clean they should be illegal. Christian Braun and Peyton Watson are entering their third and second years respectively, exactly when young players typically make their biggest jumps. Both showed flashes of elite defense and improved shooting last season. Julian Strawther had moments in the playoffs that made you think, this kid could be special. Another year of development, and he could be a legitimate rotation piece. Suddenly Denver has something they haven't had in years. Legitimate depth. 8 or 9 guys who can contribute meaningful minutes in the playoffs. No more praying that Jokic can play 42 minutes a night and carry them to victory. Why this terrifies the competition? Let's talk about what this means for the Western Conference, because the implications are staggering. The Thunder just won a championship with their young core, and they're expecting to run it back. But here's the problem. They're about to face a completely different Denver team. Last season, OKC's strategy was simple. Make Jokic work on defense, exploit Denver's lack of depth, and hope their young legs could outlast Denver's aging core. That playbook just got thrown out the window. Now Denver can throw different looks at you all game long. The death lineup with Murray, Johnson, Brown, Gordon, and Jokic. The defensive fortress with both Browns, Johnson, Gordon, and Jokic. The spacing lineup with multiple 40% three-point shooters around Jokic. And here's the scariest part. They can do all of this while keeping Jokic fresh. No more 42-minute nights in the regular season. No more running him into the ground by February with a financial genius. But what makes this transformation truly special is how they did it financially. In an era where the new CBA is crushing team-building flexibility, Denver just got better while saving money. They're now $14 million under the first apron, giving them full access to the mid-level exception and trade flexibility. Meanwhile, teams like the Lakers, Warriors, and Clippers are handcuffed by luxury tax penalties. And this isn't just about this season, it's about extending their championship window. Jokic is 30 years old and in his absolute prime. Most teams get a 2 to 3 year window before the salary cap crushes them. Denver just extended theirs by another 3 to 4 years. The Jokic factor, and at the center of it all is the best player in the world having the best season of his career. Jokic just averaged 29.6 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 10.1 assists while shooting 41.7% from 3. A 7-foot center shot 41.7% from 3 on significant volume. But it's not just the numbers, it's how effortless he makes everything look. The no-look passes that shouldn't be possible, the step-back threes that break physics, the way he controls every possession like he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Now imagine that level of brilliance surrounded by the perfect supporting cast. Shooters who can actually shoot. defenders who can actually defend, depth that can actually contribute. The championship window, here's what should keep every other GM up at night. This isn't a one-year rental situation. Jokic is signed through 2028, Murray through 2029, Gordon through 2029. Johnson costs 40% less than MPJ over the next 3 years. Brown is on a team-friendly deal. This is sustainable excellence in an era where most contenders flame out after 2 seasons due to salary cap restrictions. And the timing couldn't be better. LeBron is 40 and talking retirement. Curry is 37 and his championship window is closing. The old guard is aging out just as Denver is hitting their peak. OKC is a championship team, but they are still young. And even with a chip on their side, they're going to do what young players do, which is fold in the face of vet players who have been there, know how to exploit your weaknesses. The inevitable collision. All roads lead to one place. Thunder versus Nuggets, Part 2. The defending champions against the perfectly reconstructed challengers. The young upstarts against the seasoned veterans who just got younger and deeper. OKC proved their blueprint works. Draft well, develop patiently, strike when the window opens. But Denver just followed the same blueprint with a generational talent and better roster construction. Both teams have cost-controlled stars, both have elite development systems, but only one has the best player in the world entering his prime with the perfect supporting cast. The NBA thinks it knows what's coming from Denver. They see the same core, the same system, the same Jokic magic they've been dealing with for years. They're about to learn they were wrong. This isn't the same Denver team that lost to OKC in 7 games. This is Nuggets 2.0. Deeper, smarter, more versatile, and more dangerous than anything we've seen before. The rest of the league spent the offseason making marginal improvements or lateral moves. Denver just revolutionized their entire roster while getting better and cheaper. So yeah, the NBA has a Denver Nuggets problem. And for the next 3 to 4 years, there might not be a solution. The championship window isn't just open in Denver. It's been reinforced, expanded, and built to last. The question isn't whether the Nuggets can win another title. The question is how many they're going to win before everyone else figures out how to stop them. What do you think? Did Denver just build the perfect team around Jokic? Can anyone in the West match this combination of talent and depth? Drop your takes in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe because this Nuggets story is just getting started. Just